guys. So today I thought I would show you updates on the fingerless gloves that I was working on. Also, this is a poncho that I won from Thryss. I absolutely love it. It's so soft and it's so pretty. You can't even tell how pretty it is. It's so pretty. But yeah, I love it. I'm so glad Thryss took the time to make this because it is beautiful and I will treasure it forever. So thank you, Thryss. I will link her below, Thryss In Stitches. And yeah, I think I'll show you some things. Okay, so last time, I don't know how far I was on this, but these were the fingerless gloves. I'm showing you the wrong sides. And let me see if I can get the right lighting. Maybe that's a little bit closer to the right color. They're like very faintly purple, but like kind of just gray. But I really like it. So I was saying that I wanted to, I don't know if I did say this, but I wanted to make a hat that matched them because I had not realized how long the strips of the colors would be. So they changed at not the best times during the project. So they kind of just look wonky a little. So I was like, if I make a hat and the colors are a little bit more worked in together, and then you put them with this, it looks less like mismatch, like it looks like it's supposed to be like this. So I made a hat beanie. So I kind of just made up my own thing. I've really been liking the half double and then doing it in the third loop. So there's like that ridge. You can tell that's the back. I've really been liking that. But, so yeah, I think that gave it some texture. Looks pretty cool. And you can tell a little bit more that it's more of a purple than a gray, kind of. But then I had an entire skein left, after making fingerless gloves and the hat. And I was like, if I don't use that skein to make something to match these, I'm never going to use it. It's going to sit on my shelf, and then I'm going to be like, well, nothing will match with it. The lines are random. So I was like, I have to make something that will match. So I found the mile a minute patterns. There's a bunch of them, but I found one and I figured that seems to imply that they go fast, but they are yarn eaters. So I just barely finished the scarf, but here it is. And I know it's skinny, but I think the skinny scarves are very like Y2K, and that seems to be coming back in. So I don't know. And I did not have the patience to do another whole row. So I was like, skinny is in, we're going to call it good. So now I have a hat, gloves, and scarf that all match. So that was good. Got rid of 2 skeins. Pretty good. And then I made these fingerless gloves. They're like the dragon or alligator or whatever you want to call it. And I'll link the tutorial I used, but I did kind of change it because she used a granny stitch on the bottom, and I just did front post, back post, double crochets all the way around. And they're kind of, I don't know, they're kind of long. I feel like they should be like a little bit shorter so you can actually use your fingers, but I really like them. That's the first time I did this alligator type stitch dragon. I thought for my first time they look pretty good, but I used like a dark navy at the bottom because I knew I wasn't going to have enough to do the second one if I didn't substitute a different color there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with those. So after I made those, I was like, yes, I got some yarn off my shelf. Only like 3 skeins, but still, it's something. And then my mom came in and she was looking at my yarn and she was like, you know, you're always crocheting, but you always have a ton of yarn. Like, it's not going down. And I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to clear these shelves by March so I can have a big shopping spree for my birthday for the end of my yarn ban. And I'm like, this is going too slow. I need to start using more yarn faster. So I decided I wanted to use up a lot of yarn. So I got all of my 4-weight value yarns together, and I made, I don't know what they're called, but like, I don't know, where you tie a bunch of colors together so it'll change randomly. So, for example, I made 3 of these. They were a lot fuller when I first made them. And these, I just wrap them around Gatorade bottles. So I figured the fastest way to use up a lot of yarn would be to run 3 of these together. So I'm using a 10mm hook with 3 4-weight yarns together, and it's kind of, I'm calling it my chaos blanket because the colors just fall randomly together, and it makes it exciting to do because I'm like, I don't know what colors are going to end up together. I don't know if it's going to be ugly, if I'm going to like the colors that end up together, but it's a chaos blanket. It's supposed to be chaos. It's supposed to be random. And I decided to do all just straight up double crochets, the whole blanket. Because when it's so many different colors, you can't even really see the stitch definition. And like when you run more than one together, there's no stitch definition. So I was like, I might as well just do the easiest one, make it simple, fast. So I'll show it to you without further ado. Here's the blanket so far. It's getting pretty big. And can you tell I had a lot of red and pink? And if you look closely, it's very much chaos. And when I started, I was like, I'm just gonna do it, and whatever colors end up together, and whatever. But it got to the point where it was just pink and red for a long time. And like here, it's just all three ended up being the same color, just like randomly. So I decided if it's like two or more of them are very similar in color, I will add a strip of this, because I was saving this to do, I don't know, something, but I decided it's huge. Like, this is one of the Hirschner's neon things, so every once in a while, when I think the colors are getting boring, I'll just add in a little pop of that. So I feel like that's cheating a little bit, but yeah, pretty much looks the same on the back, but I kind of like it, even though red is my least favorite color. I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool. So I've been working on Juan's crochet along. Mine's a little different than his, but I'll show you. I have been saving this yarn for something special. You always have yarn that's saving for something special and it never gets used. This I got on Hirschner's a long time ago, so I don't know if they even sell it anymore. But it's Moroccan Nights line brand. And the line was based on different like princess movies, I think, if I remember correctly. I chose Aladdin, but they didn't say like straight up Aladdin, I think because of probably copyright issues. And it doesn't say on here like any kind of Disney thing, but this is called Princess. And then this one, if you can see it pretty, it's super pretty. This one's Prince. It's, I should tell you the specs. It's a 3-weight, 98% acrylic, 2% polyester. That's probably the little glitter specs. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, a little bit. 273 yards, 250 meters. This one is, let's see if I can. This one is called Jasmine, which I think that makes it a little obvious that it's supposed to be Disney, but not quite. And then this one is called Genie. So I think they are kind of trying to do Disney without having to do the copyright stuff. That's my guess. But I love it. And I don't know if they had other movies and like princesses. I don't remember, and it was a long time ago, so they might not have it. They might. But it's Moroccan Nights. I know they do have this, but I don't know if they have this, like, these colors anymore. But, so, mine is kind of Aladdin themed, and that's that's what I've got so far. It looks a lot more like shimmery and glittery in person. That's my reminder that I'm using a 5mm for this. But yeah. So yeah, I still have a couple rows of half double crochets to go. And when he does like the in between rows at the end of each week to kind of give it a fresh start for the next week, I think I'm going to be doing like a few rows of that because mine's so much smaller because 3-weight and his is 4-weight. So I think I'm going to do a few rows of that to kind of make up for the size difference. No progress on the pants. Oops. I don't know if I'm really going to try to finish them by the end of the month. I mean, it's 21st. Not going to happen. Yeah, we'll set that aside. We'll get back to that someday. I think that's all I got for you guys. Be kind, be safe, and know that you are loved. Bye, guys. Yeah. That's very bright, huh? Yeah. You want to just nap in the background? Oh, okay. You don't have to. You want to show off your blankie? You want to talk about your blankie? You helped me make?